In the latest Cyberpunk 2077 news, the CD Projekt Group teleconference details were revealed covering future plans for multiplayer, DLC, a possible return to the PlayStation Store, and changes to CDPR's marketing approach. Thank you for chipping in.
We are limiting our discussions about projects which are not announced yet. I can confirm we are working on expansions, nothing changed here. Regarding online, we are changing our approach, so we want to have online in our future games, definitely, but step by step. So we are working on specific features, enhancing our single players, but we are not working on releasing the next game a big online experience. So we'll be enhancing our single player games with online experience.
Regarding this process, we have published several patches. We have just published a really big one yesterday. We have published several hotfixes, and you know, each and every one of them brings us closer to going back to that to the PSN store. However, the final decision you have to understand belongs to Sony. We do believe we close it in further, but of course the final call is theirs. So let's wait and see.
So talking about designs of our online ideas, well, the only what we can share is that we'll have different strategy, but we are not providing any details how we want to enrich our single player games. But of course we have very strong ideas and prototypes, and we are working on this. Actually, we started working on online components over 2 years ago, and we just continue. The only change is that we continue to work on it not as a main production line, but as a supportive production line together with our single player productions. But we believe that our ideas, once they will be revealed, will be very exciting for gamers as an extra experience in our world which fits our single player game. We are more focused on Cyberpunk in terms of fixes, in terms of next-gen updates, as we previously planned, that's for sure. Of course, not everyone is on Cyberpunk, but we don't want to announce any new projects, and that's why we are trying not to talk about anything which is not announced. So this is a part of our new policy, not to build too much expectations, but not whole team. I'm talking about AAA development is working on Cyberpunk. So there are some other things in works, but we deliberately decided to state that proper parallel development will start next year, because we are transforming the studio at the same time. So, you know, we need some time for new methods, for transformation, and some more focus still on Cyberpunk. And after the first phase of the transformation, because we won't transform the way we work in 1 year, but I believe that after 1 year we can sum up where we are, and then we can talk more about how the team is divided into parallel development. Answering the second question is simple. We are referring to multiplayer, so we are not talking about online, anything like stereo. No, we are talking about some kind of multiplayer, so people playing together. We are not less ambitious actually in terms of online. It's just a different way of going there. More step by step, less like releasing single player. And we are reorganizing things around this as well. We have new approach. We have online and services part, which consists of CD Projekt Red and partially GOG as well. And based on this, we'll have online, and in this unit, we'll have online development. So we are changing many things organization-wise to make our work more efficient, and we are not providing numbers of of how many people is working in what team, but we continue working on those in this project, but in a different approach towards the final ultimate goal, as I said, step by step. So we are kind of de-risking the project, but of course we are not changing our ambitions.
Definitely we learned on Cyberpunk launch many things, among them that the projects shouldn't be highlighted or shouldn't be announced too early and promoted too early, building expectations when we are not ready to do this. And for future big releases, we aim on later initiation of marketing campaign, and at the same time, we would prefer to announce all of the upcoming things in annual cycles. So that's why we covered this year so precisely. But in case of longer-term things, as I mentioned, we plan to reorganize the studio, learn new ways of developing games, being more agile, and then when the time comes, announce games, release dates.
DLC is something which is a smaller piece of content which we have given in the past away for free within The Witcher 3, and that's the plan still for Cyberpunk as well. Now, when it comes to expansion, which is what the Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone was in the past, that is a bigger thing, and these are paid, and once we announce something like that for Cyberpunk, it will definitely be paid. I would rather not comment on the timing of that. This is a totally different story, and tying back what we were saying in the presentation, we would like to announce things closer to the actual launch, also for the proper marketing effect. So give us time with that. But yes, if you're talking about the expansions, those will still be paid. These are bigger chunks of codes, bigger chunks of entertainment to be produced for the gamers.
Definitely, we want players to be able to have shared experience, to play together in our future games. So in some areas, I would say we can call it multiplayer. I mean, we use it, for the same purposes, but maybe we were not too clear. So we can call it multiplayer elements as well. And we want to add, as we said, online elements. I'm not talking DLCs or mods. It's not. I mean, we are not ready to talk about any details, but the major change is that we want to be there step by step, and parallelly we'll of course develop big AAA as well. So online part is not. I mean, we'll have two parallel AAA single player development teams, and online along with them with a different organization, I would say. Organized in a different way, and multiplayer plus online components will enhance one day our single player future game.
So the difference between Tease and the proper marketing and PR communication is that Tease, looking at the examples from the industry, could be as little as, I don't know, a small trailer with logo type reveal and the fact and the announcement that the game is coming. Could be a teeny tiny trailer, or maybe even not very obvious sort of mention that, or a hint that something is coming to leave the audience semi-guessing. That the actual way that it's done for each franchise is a technicality and part of the tactics that a given marketing team wants to execute. So I'm giving those examples doesn't mean that I'm saying this is how we're gonna do it, right? I'm just giving you examples as you've asked. For example, Skyrim did a tease of Skyrim 6, I think a year ago, when they showed that landscape and Elder Scrolls, not Skyrim 6, sorry, Elder Scrolls 6, showing the logotype, and that's it. And the proper marketing campaign and PR campaign is when we want to go in, show proper footage, start discussing the details of the game mechanics, what a game is about, what's in the game, what is special about the game, and so on. So it's the proper feed of the information and the assets is when we what we consider a proper kickoff of the marketing campaign, and that's the part we want to have much shorter. The tease can happen earlier, but the actual marketing campaign we want to have it much shorter and much closer to the actual launch of the game.